Good. 88.5 C19 TV. Ladies and gentlemen, you rock with Brother John and my co-host in the building, Constance, and you are checking out College Convos No Cap. This is episode 3, and I introduce to you my lovely co-host, and we're going to introduce everybody. But Constance, how you been?
Doing pretty good. Been pretty good. Just busy. You know, September was very busy for MSCS students and counselors, with it being College Application and Exploration Month. So I've been busy, but I've been great and just very excited to do more of these episodes for our viewers and listeners.
All right, so let's let them introduce themselves so we know all these heavy hitters we got in the building.
Hello, my name is Rosie Britton. I am Director of Recruitment Admissions in K-12 at Southwest Tennessee Community College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gail Cotton Turner, and I am a transfer admissions counselor with Christian Brothers University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shaquita Lindsay Torrey. I am the Student Services Manager at TCAT Memphis.
All right, well, welcome to our show. And I got to give credit to Constance because she's been wanting to make sure we get this information out, have these conversations so that parents are well equipped. Now, it's October 1st. It's something dropped today, and I want to jump right in.
Yes, it
because
did.
it's the most important day of the year if you're getting ready to go to school. So, Constance, please tell them what took place today.
Absolutely. So today, October 1st, the FAFSA opened officially for students who are planning to go to college next year. And for those of you who are not familiar with that acronym, that stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And so if you have a senior or even a current college student, it's very important for you to know this because as of today, students can log onto the website and complete their portion of the FAFSA. And parents, you can jump right on in there too as a contributor to complete your part.
All right, so now we got our illustrious guests in here, and I want to start with Southwest. Can you tell the people that's listening and watching a little bit about Southwest? Because some people, they may have some different ideas about Southwest. It's 2025. Let folks know what's popping at Southwest Community College.
Absolutely. So a little bit about Southwest Tennessee Community College. We, as you hear in our name, community is our middle name. So we are the community's college. We are a 2-year institution where we offer technical certificates, applied associate sciences degree, as well as AS degrees. So those are 3 different tracks. If you want to get a technical certificate and go into the workforce, if you're wanting to get an associate's degree and go into the workforce, or if you're wanting to start with an associate's degree and transfer to a 4-year institution. Now, one of the things, surprisingly, a lot of people don't know is we have multiple locations. So right now we have our Sycamore View location, Macon Cove campus. We have our Union location that houses a lot of our allied health programs. And then we have a satellite campus, our Maxine Smith Center, as well as our Whitehaven Center that's located in the heart of Whitehaven community. A little bit about Southwest. One of the biggest things that we are working towards now, you can kind of see it on my shirt, is we are working with the community on how we can graduate people out of poverty. So when you complete a credential with Southwest, you want to be able to walk away not only with something in your hand, but being able to step into a career, a lucrative career that will help elevate you and your family out of poverty, something that will be stable that you can live off of. A lot of times people are either foregoing college altogether because of other alternatives, but we want to let people know that we are still here. We have options for first-time freshman students coming fresh out of high school with Tennessee Promise. You often hear people say you can go to school for free. That is a last dollar scholarship. But then we also have something for the parents, Tennessee Reconnect. That is also a last dollar scholarship. So again, we're the community's college.
All right. So now right around the corner from this building, I pass it every single day. And I always would say, what they really about over there at Christian Brothers University? Because it's such a close proximity to Middle College, and I believe Middle College have some classes over there. So can you give us a little overview of Christian Brothers University?
So yes, a lot of students are, they surprise us when we speak with them because they think that even though we're a private college, we're open to all students. A lot of students think that we're only open to Catholic students, or they connect us with Christian Brothers High School, and they think it's for all boys. But we're one of the best kept secrets in Memphis, actually, at Christian Brothers. We have an amazing success rate. It's 98%. That when you graduate from CBU, you're gonna either be enrolled in a master's program or you're going to be employed, because we have amazing career service center where they hook our students up with internships as soon as they get there. And I work with the transfer students. So I'm working with people who come from Southwest. I go to Southwest. I partnered with them. I go to all of the campuses.
Y'all don't be set tripping up in there?
No, absolutely not.
Yo, this TCAT, yo, this Southwest.
No,
Okay,
and we also work with TCAT students. We work with students. We have an amazing engineering program. We have a wonderful arts program, which is for our students also who are interested in teaching.
Okay.
We have a nursing program, and
All this at Christian Brothers?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's why I asked them constantly.
And our school
Soaking up.
of business has study abroad opportunities. So we have a lot going on in CBU, and people are surprised at how big it is once you get on campus. And it's very safe because there's only 3 ways in and 3 ways out.
Oh, okay. I
Absolutely.
like that. You know your building.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So now we're going to pass it to TCAT. Now, I've been to TCAT to see that we did a story on their barbering program. I saw a hair salon / barber shop. I mean, everybody was cutting hair. They was talking, but they was learning and they was getting it. And I said, wow. And we did a story. This was like maybe 10 years ago, but I'm sure it has changed, and I'm sure y'all have added programs and different things. So please, can you give us an overview of TCAT?
Absolutely. So TCAT, we are known for our workforce development. We are one of the leading technical colleges here in Tennessee. We have over 20 programs, 3 locations. Our Chulahoma location is aviation, avionics. We have a location in Bartlett that has some of our industrial programs, and our downtown location houses the majority of our programs. We have grown. We've gotten new programs. We're now offering nursing, the LPN program at night. So that was a big request from the public. People wanted to come in and attend different night classes. In October 20th, we're going to be starting our patient care technology program. So TCAT has been around a long time, and they do have a lot of things to offer the community. So we do use like Southwest, Tennessee Promise, Tennessee Reconnect, and then we also have Wilder NAFI, which is another type of grant offered to the students. So when we say zero debt, that's what TCAT stands for, zero debt. Any of the Tennessee residents that receive those funds, I've been there, maybe almost 3 years now, and it covers their full tuition.
You know how they do it sometimes. Yeah, we'll take care of everything. Then you get there. Hold up, I got to pay for books and I got to pay for all this other stuff.
Absolutely not. That's what we actually stand by what we say. We try to make sure that these students enter into the work environment without any type of debt. So they go through our programs. We have programs that are short as 8 weeks to a year and a half. Once those students are done, they are placed within their field. So we have in a lot of our programs at 80-90% placement rate.
Wow.
100% in some as well. So we offer for all types of people, ages. We've had, if they graduate at 16 from high school, we'll take them all the way up into their 60s. So it really just depends on where the person wants to go.
Come back to school and
Absolutely.
get something?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Because we have a lot of people that are interested in our machine tools program, nursing, pharmacy, dental assistant, and they go out and they start working, and then they continue their education through one of the other colleges, maybe wanting to go into the RN program, engineering program. So the sky's the limit with students that are attending TCAT.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go
If
ahead.
I could jump in here and
Go
say
ahead.
this, so I think there's something that's really important for students and families to understand is that oftentimes we know that there's students who want to go directly into the workforce, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But what we're hoping to show you today is that by looking at options like Southwest or TCAT specifically for those students who are not looking to earn a degree, this is a great way to build your skill set and make you more marketable, even as an employee for a company with some of these trades and skills that you can learn through one of these, either of those institutions that have, more abbreviated programs.
And what can we tell parents when they say, well, my child, they want to go to UT, but they like, let's deal with reality. Okay, maybe they didn't make a certain high score on the ACT, whatever grade point average, whatever it may be. How can we let parents know that we do have options, even though people may not be on Facebook, but doesn't MSCS have ways to inform parents about TCAT, CBU, and Southwest?
Absolutely. As a district, we do have those opportunities. A lot of our high schools host their own college fairs and career fairs at their schools. We have nights throughout the school year where we invite different representatives out. We often have vendors at some of our, just district events where you can get this information. And that's why we're doing this college convos. It's not just for students, but it's also for parents, because we recognize that, everyone can't necessarily make it out to the Memphis area college night fair, or maybe the student didn't go to the Southern Heritage College fair, or maybe they went but their parents weren't there to ask their questions, because as parents,
gotta ask
parents have
questions
too.
Right.
And so that's why we wanted to do this series to bring the colleges to you. So that's why we've invited them in for the next couple of episodes, so that students and parents can hear directly from them. And as they're hearing directly from the institutions, one of the things that I think is important to draw out, so sometimes students will say, well, I don't want to go to TCAT, or I don't want to go to Southwest because I want the college experience. I want to live in a dorm. I want to do, be a part of organizations on my college campus. So if I could ask a question to our guest here, can you two specifically, and I've got some questions for you too, Gail, so I'm coming back to you.
Look, don't count me out now.
No, I can't leave my girl Gail out. But specifically for you two, could you all speak to our students and their families a little bit about what student life is like and student involvement on your campuses?
I can start. So at Southwest, one of the big things that we've talked about is student engagement, especially for those first-gen students. We're coming out of high school with these preconceived notions of what to expect of college. And as you mentioned, everyone wants that dorm life experience. But I think oftentimes they may assume that because a college doesn't have dormitories, there's no life on campus. And so I can definitely rebut that with that being a myth at Southwest. For example,
Bust that myth for me.
There's definitely student life going on campus. And we always encourage students to get engaged. We have what we call Student Leadership Institute, where they actually travel off-site, sometimes to another location, and they get a chance to work amongst their own peers, hear from other representatives of the college, including our president. Today we had a whole fall festival, which was super engaging for the students. But on top of that, we also have student organizations. Like we have Phi Theta Kappa, which is a national honor society for students who attend community colleges. And a lot of times that segues into the four-year institutions, where they may even have a scholarship offering for students who are members of Phi Theta Kappa. So there's different opportunities and chances for students to still lock in, get engaged, find out are there organizations that are even targeting the program of interest? Let's say you want to get into engineering. There may be a student organization or student-led organization that caters to or targets students that are in engineering programs, and can also segue into possible career opportunities. Just being well-informed, speak to people who are over student life or student engagement at your institutions. But I know for Southwest, we have a lot of student life going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for TCAT, our program, we do have student life going on. We have graduation coming up next week, so they have a lot of fun activities scheduled for them. We have a job fair that we arrange, and we have several vendors. I think last year we had over 30, 40 vendors. So we're bringing the jobs to everyone. We have speaking on like mental health and suicide prevention. So we put the students with the resources that they need. And then we just go into the community. So a lot of students, when they're leaving college, they was like, or high school, excuse me, they'll say, oh, I just got finished doing book work. Then I'm going to another college and I got book work. So TCAT, we are very, very hands-on. You're going to get your theory, but you're going to be touching some type of equipment or some type of tool or being exposed to a community. Just like you were talking about barbering. They take those students now, they go cut hair for the displaced. So they do... they go to the hub, I think is the place that they go to. So we try to make sure that all of those programs fit for what they're actually doing in the community. We have outside community partners that come in and let our instructors know what we're looking for when the student comes out, what type of equipment we're using. And then TCAT caters to what those individuals are requesting because we want to highlight the student and make sure that they're shining in the best possible light. That's why our placement is so high. But we do try to make it fun for the student. We let or allow outside people come in. Like we had representatives from a firm to come today. We have, they teach them money matters, finance, how to actually open bank accounts.
Come on
because
now.
we have people or students, they don't know how to do those types of things.
Right.
And then a lot of programs they're catered to owning their own business. So we have banks and things to come out to tell them about. Right, correct. And then we allow the students to put on presentations for those outside people to get those actual loans. And then we have a fun thing. I don't know if everybody heard about Skills USA, which is another organization. And a lot of our students participate in, and they have reached national, we're taking medals back home. I think they just came back from Atlanta. So they go all over the region, Tennessee, Atlanta, and they compete with all types of students from technical colleges or colleges that have skills programs, and they showcase their welding or their hair or nails.
Stuff that they've made.
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
gotcha.
So that's a good fun activity, and they get to use it on their resumes as well.
Okay. Let me ask this to you, Gail, because she mentioned something that I think we need to look at. When she said a lot of our young people may not know how to open a checking account, right? And you need your parents there. I think video games and computers have made some of our students just, I want to say, not sociable. But when it comes to college fairs and coming to these schools for applications, they may not know how to communicate exactly what they need. And I know you all are there, but it's like, you got to tell me something. How is it, or have y'all seen it, but I want to just start with you. Have you seen that you've seen more parents there, or is it you dealt with transfer students? How is that the comprehension level when it comes to coming to get that education?
So when I originally started, I was working with first-time freshmen.
Okay.
And I saw, it depends on the fair that you go to, and then sometimes we would just go to the schools for lunch visits. And a lot of our students, they don't know what to ask. They don't know. They just come there and they look at you.
Just show up like,
just
yo,
show
I'm
up
here.
and they're like,
I'm him. I'm her.
Hello.
And and my first thing is, what do you want to do? What's your interest? And they, and they'll tell you. Then you'll meet some. The other day I was at a McDonald's, and that young lady, she saw my CBU shirt, and she said, I'm going to go to Southwest. I said, okay. She said, then I'm going to leave there, because she said, Southwest will be free. I said, okay. She said, I want to do nurse. She knew it all. She told me this in the drive-through line, and I was so impressed with her.
Wow.
And I said, what school do you go to? She said, Ridgeway High School. I said, kudos to Ridgeway, because you got a plan. And that's really important. But now working with the transfer students, I see a different population. They know what they want to do.
They know what they want. They done had a couple of years or a year under their belt.
They know what they want. They do. But it's so funny because when my daughter was in college, I really didn't have to get that involved, because her school was really hands-on. And we would go to a couple of the fairs. But, students now, they just, they want you, the transfer students especially, they want me to help them with everything. housing, financial aid, and I do it all. I mean,
'Cause you gotta get 'em if you
I've
want 'em.
learned because you build relationships with them,
Right.
and the older kids, they're not afraid to talk to you.
Right.
And everybody calls me Miss Gail. It's so funny because they go, Miss Gail, what do I need? And they just call and call. But I
You help
enjoy
'em.
it. I do.
We-
I
we-
enjoy it.
We appreciate you doing
I
that.
enjoy it,
What
yes.
about the other two? What about y'all? Like, do y'all see a difference, or like, do you see over the years that it's changing, or you got to deal with parents, or it's best to have both of them there together? How have y'all noticed in the last couple of years?
I would say parental involvement is important, but sometimes we'll get parents that don't allow the child to speak. So we kind of
Wait. Hold up. Is that cap? Is that cap? What you mean? Wait a minute. What you mean don't allow them to speak?
I think they're so excited and they're getting the experience. They're ready for their child to go to college, and it's exciting for them, but they're talking and the child isn't able to speak. So we say, hey, Mom, let me see what
got
she's interested in, and then they allow the child to talk, because I find when a child isn't able to speak and we put them somewhere, they're not happy, or they're doing it because someone else wants them to do it. So I think both at a healthy balance is good, because the parent, most time, if something has to be paid, they're buying it. I've had students where they'll be told to do something, and they'll say, here, my mom on the phone.
Wait a minute. They had mama on the phone to you?
Yeah, so they wanted us to talk to them, which, it's understandable, because we're saying a lot of language that they may not be familiar with, and the parents have gone through it. We've gone through it. I have a daughter now. She's at U of M. So I've had to have conversations for her as well. But we want to make sure to let the parent know, like, your child is safe here. We're open book to giving them information that they need. We put them in the right place. And like Ms. Gail was saying, we build rapport, a relationship with those students. We build it with the parents as well. Once we let them know, like, your child is an adult now, you got to.
That's kind of hard for some
It
parents.
is.
That's my baby. That's my
It
baby.
But after they get that exposure with us and they're on their own, after that first day, they can see the growth in that student, and we see the growth in them from when they first started with us, and maybe a couple of weeks in, they're getting that independence, they're asking more questions, and then we have a lot of sessions inviting them to come to student services, is where I'm stationed. So just making them feel comfortable, I think, is what now has happened with that open communication with all departments and having access, because I think when I went to college, we didn't have that close access to, like, the campus president or the vice president or the business office. It was always, I'll call you, that kind of thing. So what I've seen over the years to change is it's become more personable now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that our responsibility in the high school setting is to help prepare parents to for that handoff, for that transition
That's a
of
big transition,
not being
yes.
as involved. Like, you can be present, but without being the one to make the decisions. When I was a high school counselor, I would still have some parents who'd want to have, total say-so on the classes that their student
Yes,
took, and it
yes.
would totally be the opposite of what their child took. And so then that student starts to feel trapped. Like, I'm not living my own life. I'm doing what my parents want me to do. Because to your point, as students transition to college, FERPA becomes a thing. Once they're 18, parents can't be all in their
And
that's
That's law, right?
That's law. Yeah, you can't be all in their business. Calling up saying, "I want to check on Johnny's grades." And so we do have to do a better job, I think, in the high school years, specifically 11th and 12th grade year, of encouraging parents and modeling for students even how to be a little more independent and make some decisions, how to also take initiative and
Get
be
off
their
that
own
phone. Put that phone down.
and be an advocate for themselves. And it starts with something as simple as, hey, I need a transcript. Let me go to the counselor to request that, instead of saying, Mom, can you email my counselor to get my transcript? Like, no,
Look,
you
come
need
on
to
now.
handle that.
Yes, ma'am. I know you. She been ready. She like, look, pass the mic to me. I got something to say.
Because I've even told my team, let's start redirecting our questions. So and I got a few examples. I've seen where parents will come in, hey, I'm here to check on little Johnny's application. And I say, okay, so are you coming to college or is little Johnny coming to college?
Ooh,
And
like
they'll say,
that.
little Johnny. And I say, okay, little Johnny, can you step up for me? Now I want you to ask me, what is it that you need?
Ooh.
And then
You
surprisingly,
kind of cut them off when you get it real professionally, because I'm
and
like,
surprisingly, the parent will take a step back and will mouth to me, thank you.
okay.
Because now it's like we're helping to reinforce what they've probably been trying to do, but you know, they're still and then it forces the student to now speak up, and they'll start speaking. They'll say, okay, speak up so I can hear you. What you need from us?
Right,
We won't bite you.
Right.
And then it becomes kind of almost somewhat of a soft skill lesson for them as well, to learn how to speak, how to advocate for yourself when it's something that you need, because the truth of the matter is mama and dad won't be in the classroom with you, so you got to be able to know how to effectively communicate what it is that you need.
Effectively
And as she mentioned earlier, we are limited to what we can share once you become a student, because that FERPA law is nothing to play about.
So that's for
and
real.
so that's for real, that's federal, and that applies to every institution in the US of A.
Wow.
So sometimes we have to remind parents of that. Is your name on the FERPA form? Because until we verify that you're on that FERPA form, we can't share anything by law with you. And so I've seen, to their point, the students, some of the students are excited, but then some of them are still kind of nervous. But then when they come to our events like orientation or something, and then they realize people are personable, like I said, we're not going to bite. We're here to help you and be a support to you.
Right.
Then they feel a little more at ease.
Like Ms. Gail said,
Right.
like, you build up that rapport with them.
Exactly.
Get them to talk. And
Exactly.
you might go find out some more.
And
I
another
guess.
thing that I've also noticed is like I said, we've seen a mix. We've had some students where they come in guns a-blazing. Hi, my name is Lil Johnny, and I'm here to do X, Y, Z. And the mom is just kind of sitting back, or the dad is just sitting back. But then surprisingly, the mom or dad comes to us and says, you know what, I've been thinking about going back to school too. What do you have? So now it's become a full circle where even if the parent perhaps doesn't already have a degree, they're seeing their child take this step. And so now they feel a little more at ease to say, you know what, I want to do it too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, look, before I know we've been talking, we could talk all day, but I do want to hear what's some things that y'all would share with us that maybe we can take back to our teams to help, like, as Constance said, we want to prepare that handoff and that transition to be a smooth handoff, a smooth transition. And I know every student situation is different, but is it some things that we can be working on to help in that process? Because when y'all seem like y'all ground zero with parents and these students, what are some things that we can work on or focus on that you think that could help these students when they come to y'all, or y'all tables at fairs, having questions ready, or what could we do?
So I was at the Classic Fair, and a couple of the schools, their students had their transcripts in hand.
Okay.
And so we get them to fill out this, this informational sheet, let us know what you want to major in, what your interests are. And we were able to connect with, attach their transcripts with it. So we already know something about these students.
Gotcha.
And so, and when I talk to ninth grade students, because we have, one of the schools comes over to CBU in 4 different groups. And I'm always telling them, this is your time now. This counts against you. Now, everything that you do now goes towards your college. Okay. So, because I'll see when I used to look at first-time freshmen, their GPA would be lower than it should have been, and then I'd look at 10th grade and go, oh, I'm just saying 10th grade. Oh, you goofed off that year, So,
right.
That's just something that needs to be told to them over and over again and emphasized. Please, every year counts. Every year counts.
Okay. Would y'all like to add to that anything that we can help or strengthen or say to our children to help prepare?
I would say a lot of things so I send my counselors out to the events, and we were at the Classics. We get students to come to the table, and they'll ask them, so what do you want to do? Or what are your plans after high school? And they say, I don't know. So I think
That's fair though, right? Is that okay? Because some of our young people may not know.
It's okay.
Okay.
Right, but that's an opportunity we use to tell them like what we have to offer. So I think like our doors are always open. You don't always have to schedule a tour. We do them for big groups. Just coming to see what's out there. Ask questions. Advocate for yourself. We have several programs for all types of people, whatever you are interested in wanting, to do with your life. Just get a plan, like she says.
Get a plan.
Think about what it is that you want to do now, because I tell my daughter this all the time, because she had been jumping back and forth on what her major is.
Okay.
And she has this thing about time for some reason. I don't want, it's going to take too much time. I tell them to do it now while you are able to do whatever it is in life that you want to do. You are free to do that. Because once, like our parents say, once you hit adulthood, things become a little more complex because you're balancing family, work, school, all those types of things. So coming fresh out of high school, try something. If that doesn't work for you, the 4-year doesn't work, 2-year, try a trade, whatever you think that fits the lifestyle that you're trying to have. The parents are very helpful with all of us at the different locations that we have, because they also help plant the seed. What they have gone through, feeling, giving their children that life experience, because we all want them to be better than what we are or what we have done. But then the child has to want it. So that's what I tell parents and children when they come to the school. Your mom's doing all the talking, but you want it, right? Right. So she can't want it more than you. That's right. You have to have initiative, a drive. So, but we have the platform. We provide them with the tools. So all they have to do is be open and willing to receive, and then we'll get them to where they want to go.
Southwest, is there anything that we can do to help prepare? The same thing, anything that we missed or they didn't say that you want to add on?
I would strongly suggest pushing career exploration. The sooner, the better. Yes.
Exploration?
Yes, exploring.
Okay. Right.
Exploring your options. And to their point, the sooner, the better. Don't wait until your junior year of high school. Certainly don't wait till your senior year of high school.
So that's why Ms. Gail said start now, 9th grade.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I know we're talking about college, but I would even say middle school.
What?
Before middle school. Yeah. And so what we do, we actually have started this with MSCS. We have what we call mobile learning labs. They have simulation equipment in there, and these simulators highlight the programs that we offer at Southwest. And so we always welcome them to come do a tour of our campus, but we can bring those units to you. And if you all are having parent nights, we want the parents to come too, because to her point, parents are just as big of an influence and stakeholder as counselors are, as the teachers are, as all of us who are administration are. And so if we can influence the parent and that student in the same setting, you'd be surprised what that'll do. Wow. So I always just ask, let us know when you are having parent nights for operations for them to also explore careers and educational opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we can emphasize enough how important it is for students to be knowledgeable and informed about careers and the ones that they want to pursue. One thing that I'm really excited that we do in MSCS is that beginning with the 6th or 7th grade year, technically, our students have access to a platform called School Links. And in that is a career assessment tool where students can go in as many times as they want to and take an assessment online and look at the results which will indicate to them what might be a good career for them based on their responses. And once they've identified that career, then they can explore. They can learn more about it, what type of education is needed in order for me to pursue this, how much money could I make.
Come on.
And there are multiple careers for them to look at that way. And the school counselors play a huge part in kind of shepherding that part of the work for them. So look, I hear you loud and clear. We need to keep doing that and do more of it.
Right. That's why I asked the question, because I know y'all have a team And, you know, sometimes hearing that feedback or some things, you know, they've been to a couple of college fairs just to share what are some things we may need to hone in on. Because when we send them off to them, we want them, hey, I got questions. I want to know X, Y, and Z.
We want them
how
to be
much,
prepared.
right, how much FAFSA and all that stuff.
Yes.
But that's a different type of student. Now they come in with the plan. They come in ready instead of, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that gives you an energy like, if you don't know, why are you here? You know, let's find out. So that's
not
it.
to say that they have to have it all figured out,
Right,
but
that's
to
right.
have a general idea, you know, of some things, just something to start with, and we can help you grow from there. And thank you for that pointer as well about the transcripts. We do like to make sure that our students are prepared, and we'll continue to do more. Actually, Gail, I think you said that, about bringing the transcripts, because it helps.
It gives us an idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
so thank you all.
I want to go back to the FAFSA because I know today it opens up. What do we need to tell parents about that? Do they need to fill it out or get a member ID? What's the because FAFSA goes to all the schools, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. So we do want parents and students to go ahead, if you haven't already, request your FSA ID. We want them, because that's the starting point. You're going to need that.
You need that.
And the process, to my understanding, is a little shorter this year. It used to be that there was a 3-day waiting period once you create your FSA ID in order for them to confirm it, validate that. But now my understanding is that it's almost instant. So students and parents can create the FSA ID if they don't have it already. Some parents may have it from when they were in college. And then to move directly from that into completing the FAFSA. The sooner the better, because we know that when it comes to state grant money, that runs out. So we want you to do it early. And, you know, some parents might be worried, well, I haven't filed my taxes yet. We don't need that. We can go off of last year's tax information.
Hello, somebody.
And you can go ahead and so there's a process where the IRS, you can actually kind of sync that information to the FAFSA. So you don't have to, you don't have to necessarily have the tax forms right in front of you. So they've done a lot, I think, to make the process a lot simpler for students and parents. And we will be having some district-wide events, though, to provide some additional support with our higher education partners. You all have been so great for the past several years with partnering with us on that. So we look forward to doing more of that. So stay tuned.
Now for college applications, if somebody who's a senior right now, when is the time to fill out the college application?
Okay. With TCAT, we are open enrollment. So we are in fall now. So we're enrolling from I think it was August we started with fall all the way up until I think it'll cut off in November. And then we'll start enrolling again for January 5th.
Okay.
So the only thing that has like a time is like our cohort programs, the LPNs, the pharmacy, those types of things. So they can start now if the application.
Y'all heard
out.
that? Start now.
Once
if you want to go ahead and get started.
Once they do the application, it takes us 24 hours to see it. So, but just to add on to the financial aid point, so we get a lot of the students that we get are minors. So the parent has to do their part. We want to just let them know that they're not signing on as a loan. So that's some of the hesitation that we get that pauses.
I got a little nervous just hearing you say that.
So, because like the student does the FAFSA, and then it goes to the parent to do their part. I think some of the misconception is when they do their part, they're like signing on for the loan for the child.
They almost think they're co-signing.
Yes. So it does not affect you all at all doing your part for the student, because they receive grants with us. So you're not taking out a loan for your student to go to us or anything like that. So feel calm when it comes to you to go ahead and sign it, because without your signature or your part, it holds up the student's interest into the college. So I just wanted to add that part to it.
Oh, and I wanted to add that I've already started approving applications for spring 2026 as well as fall 2026. Wow. So yeah, the time is now.
The time is now. All right.
Absolutely concur on what both of these beautiful ladies have stated.
It's time.
The time is now, and especially for students who are looking to do Tennessee Achieves, because there is also a Tennessee Tennessee Promise. There's also a Tennessee Achieves application that you have to complete in conjunction with the college application, and there's a deadline that's affiliated with that.
Wow.
So the sooner, the better. And then we're accepting applications for fall 26 all the way, because we also have open access, but we have open enrollment as well. And so we're accepting applications all the way up until, I say, maybe a couple of weeks before school starts. And then we have what we call a late start. So we have fall 2. Those are second 7-week sessions. So those classes start in October. We're not. We're not.
Look, come on up in here.
We're still admitting people for fall right now as we speak. And those classes begin October 15th. And then we have the full fall, which is August to December. So there are options. But if you're looking to start in the spring or fall of 26, get your application in today.
Wow. Well, Constance, I mean, you said you was going to bring the heat.
I did.
Folks up in here, parents, I hope y'all are appreciative of this knowledge that they are dropping, and the information is for you and your child. We're not doing this just to be doing this. We really intentional about showing you that greatness grows here, so when they go to the next level, they can take that greatness with them. So I thank you all for coming through today.
Yes, thank
excellent,
you.
Excellent job. So Constance, why don't you go ahead and take us up?
All right. Well, first, thank you for allowing us to share this space with you. And thank you so much to our amazing guests. Our goal, again, was to give this information to our students and parents so that they can make informed decisions about their students' futures. And we just really appreciate you all taking the time to be here. Students and parents, we hope you continue tuning in to us in these episodes and that you've gotten something from them. Stay tuned. We've got more heat coming.
All right, and don't forget, y'all can play this back. Professional school counselors, play this or share this with some of your students, because everybody might not watch the live, but we can send this to you all to make sure you can play it for those students, because it's some vital information that's going down out here, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank y'all for watching. This is College Convos
No
No
Cap.
Cap. Peace. Okay.
Yeah, we really could have gone on longer. Sure could. Yeah, I know we had to.